Okay, it started with the the camera flipped around. This is going to be quick. I don't want to take too much time, but there's something that's been going through my mind recently because of just listings and things that I've been taking, and it's called seller damage control. Um, it's looking, it's having foresight for your clients before you cross the bridge. This only comes with experience as a realtor, but it's something that's extremely important in order to control your seller's emotions or try to attempt to. Many times, I think we all agree that there's just no way to control our clients sometimes, but if we can, we want to. Let me give you a few examples. I have a client that I have a listing that's not selling. The listing's going to be expiring soon. Last week I contacted them. They didn't contact me. That's tip number one. Don't wait for them to contact you. Contact them. And the only way that you're going to know to contact them and start thinking of things is keeping them in your daily follow up. Keeping them in your daily follow up is huge because it forces you to think about them. Whether or not there's something to do that day or not, it forces you to think. And every time that seller comes up, they're kind of difficult, high maintenance a little bit, but not too bad. And every time they come up, I go ahead and think, what do I need to be, what do I need to be doing that could be damage control? And so, that seller, their listing is expiring. I called them up last week, got voicemail, texted over the weekend. She texted me back. I texted her again. She said that her sister's dying and we're expiring in 2 weeks. And so I said, call me when ready, but just know that, before all that, she knows that she needs to be thinking about either relisting or changing the price. Another one is going to be this weekend I had an open house. I lost my super key. There's no way in the house. It was 10 minutes before the open house started, and I knew I had to call my seller. I couldn't just get an agent to run over here, open the house for me. It had to be a call to the seller. The seller's super high maintenance, and so they didn't appreciate the fact that I had lost my super key, and they thought it was a huge problem. We ended up having semi-successful open house, but the good part is I was willing to call them when I didn't want to be open with them and honest with them. And they, after a discussion with them, the husband today, it helped him understand that there is much bigger fish to fry than me over missing my super key. So I really think foresight with your listings is huge. And what I call damage control with your sellers becomes a big deal. I had one more example, but I can't think of it right now. But damage control is huge. Call the big point of the day, the big tip of the seller tip for the day would be call your people, keep them in your daily follow up. Think about things that you would not. Oh, here's my last one. So I have a potential seller who I went on an interview with a week or two ago, and it's a house that needs a lot of work. They're going to put it up for sale, and I got her on the phone this morning, and over the weekend I was thinking, I need to call her because the last conversation we had was her husband lost his job. They're trying to do refis on two other homes and take the cash out of that and put it towards the repairs on the house that they're going to be selling. And it ended up being like $40,000 is what they need. But I realized over the weekend there's no way, and that she's inflating her idea of having money when it's really not there. So I called her this morning. She was in my follow-up, by the way, but I called her anyway. And as soon as I called her, she said, I was going to call you this morning. I said, oh, really? What would you like to discuss? And she goes, what would it be if I was to just put my house on the market as is? And I said, I have an estimate in mind, but I really need to walk through the house one more time because what I'm going to do is take a bare minimum list of notes on what we can do. How much money do you have to spend? Could you clean carpets? Could you do some landscaping work? Do you have any extra paint? Is there anybody who can get free labor out of? And she said, yeah, I think so. There's maybe a couple grand in the budget. Well, that changes things. But had I not thought about that this weekend, had she not been in my follow-up, I wouldn't be talking about having an appointment to go over there. She's got a lockbox on the property. Open the lockbox, open the house, call her up with where I think we should be listing at. And next thing you know, we might have this thing listed in a week rather than waiting till the end of December is what the original plan was. So having that damage control mindset of going, don't wait for your people to call you, call them. They'll always appreciate it more and you'll look better at what you do. But you just need to, the secret is just putting it in your follow-up system, having it in there every day, looking at it going, what do I need to be talking to this person about? And then the other key is to title your next call. That's it.